much. Welcome and back at you. Thank you so very much. I've missed you very much. I'm happy you're here. This is our very first show of our third season. We couldn't be more excited to be back, and we had a whole show planned for you. We were very excited. We're still excited, but we have a different show planned for you today because things have changed, and we cannot pretend they haven't. We have to acknowledge the people affected by Hurricane Katrina. This is the worst disaster in the history of the United States. Most of the Gulf Coast is destroyed. 80% of New Orleans is underwater, and you may or may not know this, but New Orleans is my hometown. It was my hometown. My friends and my family have lost everything. My Aunt Helen, who is 82 years old, has nothing left. My cousins have lost their home. My friend and her husband and 3 kids have lost their home. So I can't pretend to do a normal show. I just won't do it. So today's going to be a little bit different, because normally, as you know, I come out, I stand over there, I do my monologue, and I planned on telling you all about my summer and how a donkey stepped on me. Did. And it wasn't funny when it happened, but when I tell you, it's hilarious. It really is. And so normally I would tell you about the donkey stepping on me, and then after that I would dance, and I'm not going to do that today either, and it has nothing to do with the donkey. It's just not going to happen. So the thing is, when things like this happen, we all feel helpless, and we feel guilty for going on with our lives. But I think the important thing is that we have to stay positive, and that's what I want to do, kind of interwoven in this show, is I want to remind you of what we can do and remind you of the positive things that are going on out there. I don't know if you heard about this. I just heard about it today, but this Green Bay Packer quarterback, Brett Favre, which is spelled Favre, so I think he's pronouncing it wrong. Brett, I'm going to say Favre, because I think he's just surrounded by yes men, and they're not correcting him. What he did is he took the team airplane, he loaded it with generators, food, water, flew it to Nashville. He got a tractor trailer and got the supplies to New Orleans. It's amazing. And then, yeah. So he has access to a plane, which is amazing, and he does that. Then there's this story we got, and people have been emailing us. We haven't even been on the air yet, and we got all these emails from people wanting to help, telling us stories. In Palm Springs, there's a guy, here we go, Mike Mike, from, I want to say his last name because it's incredible what he did. Anyway, Mike from Palm Springs. He was watching television, saw what was going on, saw that they weren't getting supplies. In 9 hours, he loaded a truck with 12,000 pounds of food and clothes and drove straight to New Orleans. Just a regular guy watching the news. That's amazing. And of course, there are hundreds of people that are online coming to us saying, how can we help? And there are people offering their homes, because these people, there are about 1 million people who have lost their homes. They've lost their homes. There's no more jobs. It's not just the entire city is gone. So they have nothing. So people are offering their homes and how to help people get back on their feet and find jobs. There are medical technicians and nurses gathering together, heading to New Orleans to help out. I mean, there are babies there. There are young babies that need help. There are elderly people that need help. So whatever you can do. We have gotten so many emails of just donating just $10, $500. Some people just calling or writing in to say, best wishes from my family in New Orleans. My mother has been a mess because it's her sister, it's Aunt Helen, who is there, and we are just waiting to hear from her. We haven't even heard. We just know that everything is gone. And my cousin found 4 pieces of silverware, and that's all that they have. Anyway, then we get a letter like this from Leslie Fitzmaurice from Mandeville, Louisiana. Ellen, we, like thousands of others, evacuated. We got a chance to laugh this morning when we saw your show. It put a smile on my children's faces, although my son still thinks he could teach you some new moves. Thanks for the needed break from the tears and the mental break from the stress. And that's really what's important. It's important, and that's what I hope that I do for you every day, and I will try to do for you every day, is to make you laugh, take your mind off of things. My mother, in my dressing room right before we came out here, you know, was upset and saying how horrible this all is, and the news is just so devastating. And she said, it's so important to laugh, so you better damn well be funny. Thanks. Mama. So we will try and do our best, and we do have a lot of funny things going on this season. We have, what we're trying to do, we have a lot of surprises. I love, do you like the new look? This is our new set. I like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to surprise people. We're going to go on the road a lot this year. I'm going to take the show to you. And the whole point is you never know where we're going to be. We're going to surprise you, and so these are just a few of the things that we've shot so far just to surprise people. You'll see more of this later. Take a look. Hi. Hi. How's it going? There's a training conference going on in here. You're training them to be pleasant?
Yeah, train them to be happy campers.
Oh. Come on, happy campers. Come on, Mark. Mark's still doing the bump. I'm at Costco surprising people because you usually come to me and watch me, so I'm bringing my show to you now. Today, I was just like, I woke up and I said to my cameramen, they sleep next to me in the bunks, I said, let's go to Costco. And they were like, okay. Hey, this is Gwyneth Paltrow.
Hello.
And
Thank you for stopping by.
hi, I'm Ellen.
welcome.
Gwyneth is in a new movie called Proof. We're going to show you some clips, if you wouldn't mind, because it opens September 16th. It's fantastic. Gwyneth Paltrow, September 16th. Proof.
You've got to be more confident.
What? You're screaming with a bullhorn in the middle of the street.
September 16th, Gwyneth Paltrow.
I want to die. I want to die.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Surprise! Surprise! Yay! It's exciting. I'm not going to tell you where we're going, but the initials are O and C. That's where we're going.
You're making my heart stop.
Well, no, don't do that. We've got some stuff to tape. She is aching for Ben, I'll tell you that. Hey!
Look at Ben.
You're behind the camera. Are you directing this? Or?
I'm doing a little camera work, you know.
You do it all. I had no idea.
We're making the show on a budget.
Uh-huh. Do you want me to lift any of these branches up?
Nah, you should probably just like stop
Stay out
talking.
of your way?
Yeah, you know.
Stop talking?
A little bit.
Okay.
That's all I'm done.
Okay.
All right.
Listen, if anyone can stop talking, it's me. All I do is talk for a living, so why would I want to keep talking if that's all I do for a living? When you come out here, peace and quiet, just silence. It's a Zen kind of a game that's relaxing and to get away from it all. That's why I'd come anyway. It's a shame. Now, do you enjoy laughing?
Yeah.
Yeah, laughing is so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's laugh together right now. You want a haircut?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. You came in worried about the cowlick? Let's celebrate the cowlick and leave it. Celebrate the cowlick! How come you like the cowlick? That's right. That's right. You like the cowlick. Yeah, this should be ongoing. It's fun. What's so funny? Oh, so those are just some of the places where we're going to be in the next couple of weeks. At the end of the show, we're going to show you a little sneak peek at where we're going to be tomorrow. We're surprising somebody. Today on the show, NASCAR driver Jeff Gordon is here. Jeff, if you don't follow, this is a very, very fast driver. This year, he won the Daytona 500 for the 3rd time. And to show you how good that is, I have never won. Also on the show, the stars of the most talked about ad campaign of the summer, the Dove women, are here. And I love that campaign. I believe they're wearing clothes today. I don't know. I haven't seen them. And she has the #1 song of the summer. She's 17 years old. Rihanna is here. Right here. And she's going to perform Pond de Replay from her CD Music of Sun. It's a great song. You know the song? Great song. All right. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Roger Dixon of the Los Angeles chapter of the American Red Cross. We will be right back. Here to help us understand a little bit more about the devastation in New Orleans and what we can do to help, please welcome the local CEO of the American Red Cross, Roger Dixon. Thank you for being here. I know you're kind of busy.
Very busy.
Now, how did this happen?
All I know is that the storm came, the levees broke, the pumps failed, and we have a catastrophic disaster on our hands. And the monumental challenge, in fact, this is the largest Red Cross response, domestic response effort our organization has seen in 125 years.
Really?
It's incredible.
That's fantastic. I've heard of people, another email I didn't read, but someone just volunteering, people joining the Red Cross just to help.
You know, these are people that have jobs, they have a family, they have lives like you and me, and they leave all that to go and lend their expertise free of charge and help others in need. And they do this all the time. And in fact, with this disaster, our need is so great. In fact, as of today, we've got 5,000 volunteers working this job.
Wow. You know, I just have to say, I don't know, because, you know, I'm walking this line of I'm excited to be back on the air, and the kind of show I do is very upbeat and light, and we had all these fun things planned. And I think that some people really don't understand. I know that there are people that they're kind of seeing it on the news and it looks flooded, but can you try to put into perspective, people don't understand how huge this is.
This, well, if you go back to late last week, you know, we tracked a tropical depression coming across the Atlantic. We knew it was going to hit southern Florida. That was one job for us, to recover in southern Florida, and it regained strength and now impacts 6 states from Texas to Florida. A tremendous event. People are homeless, they're hungry, they're thirsty, they need medical attention, and they need our help, and they need it right now.
Yeah, well, so what can we do? What if people are watching right now, what's the best thing for them to do?
Well, the good news is there's a lot you can do. First and foremost, you can send money. Money as opposed to canned goods and used clothing. Money gives us the flexibility to move and grow with this disaster. And you know it's been changing every day, moving from New Orleans to Houston, and we continue to identify victims of this event. So money gives us the flexibility to provide for shelter, to provide for medical attention, to hydrate victims, to give them meals, to begin to provide for their mental health needs, to get them back on their feet, to reunite the family, and prepare for their long-term well-being. And this is going to go on for months and months and months.
Yeah, because then just getting them out is one thing. Then where are they going to go? Then what are they going to do? Kids have to go to school. It's going to go on for.
Kids have to go to school. Parents have to get jobs and establish an income, and families need to be reunited. And we can do this. We can do this. But in addition to money, a lot of folks may not have the financial means to write a big check, but they can go to their local Red Cross and volunteer to answer phones and prepare the people who are leaving all across the country to go help this area that's been so devastated.
Yeah, and even a couple of dollars. I mean, if everyone just donated a little bit. I'll tell you what Warner Brothers is doing. As soon as they heard this, everybody's been scrambling to see what we could do. Warner Brothers is donating $500,000 to the American Red Cross. And what we'd like to do is to challenge our viewers. They will match up to $500,000 additionally to every dollar that is donated by our viewers. So if you go to our website and donate to the American Red Cross, log on to our website, up to 500,000, which would be it would be 1.5 million we would donate if people match it. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Jeff Gordon's going to be here when we come back. Don't go away. Our first guest is one of the most popular NASCAR drivers of all time. Here he is winning his 3rd Daytona 500.
He wants to win the 500. 3 wide. They're bouncing off each other. Jeff Gordon's going to win his 3rd Daytona 500.
Please welcome 4-time NASCAR champion Jeff Gordon. You're going to teach me all about this because I don't know. It's a huge sport, and it's the #1 spectator sport.
I don't know. I hear you're quite the driver, though.
I'd like to drive fast, and I'm surprised I haven't won because I really do.
You gotta participate first before you can win.
Oh, really?
So we just got to get you in the race first.
Oh, see, I just thought you got a medal for going fast.
No,
right.
those are tickets.
Oh, yeah. Now, have you had tickets? Do you get speeding tickets?
I've had them, not a lot. I mean, I think that
They must let you go when they see you.
No, they don't. I did get pulled over one time, and the guy, writing up the ticket, and he's like, "Here, have a nice day," and I never even got a word in, and he said, "Hey, I know who you are. I follow racing, but unfortunately, I'm an Earnhardt fan, so have a nice day. Here's your ticket." So I've had the days where they let me go, and I've had the days where they didn't let me go.
Well, do you speed, or because if
really-
you go, then that would satisfy you. You wouldn't have to speed on a regular road.
Yeah, exactly. I think that I get it out of my system on the racetrack. I recognize the safety features we have in the cars. I recognize that everything's relative to a racetrack and the competitors. And what goes on the street is, just trying to get from point A to point B.
But you must feel like you're just standing still. If you're going 200 miles an hour, when you're going like 20, you must be just like, you might as well walk.
Again, it's all relative. Now, if I've been in the race car for hours during a race and then I get in a street car, I'm a madman. So I try to stay out of street vehicles after a race.
And what if somebody else is driving? Do you get anxious and think they aren't driving well?
I'm the worst backseat driver in the whole world.
I would think.
Oh, yeah, I'm turn left, turn right. No,
Yeah.
no, the other lane.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
And get
horrible.
behind the wind draft or whatever it's called,
You're close.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so I don't know. That was dangerous looking to me to go that close, and I know you're supposed to do that, but what if they slam on the brakes if a little animal runs out or something?
Yeah, animal comes out, animal's in trouble.
Yeah. Well,
we actually, at that track, Daytona, we've had turtles come out, and at that speed, it destroys the car and the turtle, and so it's unfortunate for the turtle, and it's unfortunate because it's going to ruin your day.
Why don't they put up little fences if that happens often?
I agree.
Why wouldn't they put up turtle fences?
I have no idea how these turtles get out there.
And what a weird thing that a turtle would be in a race like that. It's like
It's like the cartoon. He thinks he can
exactly.
win.
I know. We'll show him how fast he's going. So, and now, what made you start? How old were you when you started racing?
Oh my goodness, I was about 5 1/2, 6 years old. My stepdad and my
No, you
mom.
weren't.
Yeah, quarter midgets and go-karts. I grew up in Northern California. That was pretty big then, and I got into it at such a young age. I really
Do we have
never
a
knew
clip of
anything
that
else.
little go-kart thing that
I
you're
hope
talking
not.
about? Is that
Yeah,
you?
That would be me.
That's you? Wow.
That's me, yes.
That's cute.
That's how it all started.
So you're 5 years old and you're racing a car like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's, the speeds are slow and the track's small and the cars are very safe. I actually started racing BMX bikes when I was 4, and my mom thought it was too dangerous, went to my dad and said, we got to get him in something different than this. And so he brought home a race car instead. And I don't know how that conversation went that night, but, that had to be an interesting conversation because the next day it was like, hey, let's go to the track.
Wow. He could talk anybody into anything then, if that's safer than a BMX bike.
Believe it or not, I mean, it does have its dangers, but knock on wood for me, I've been very, very safe over all these years.
Yeah. So you're going. I said 200 miles an hour. Is that how fast you're going?
Some days, yeah, some days.
And what does that feel like? I mean, is it really, really loud?
Oh yeah, it's extremely loud. We don't have mufflers, so the engines run. I don't know what the decibel level is, but it's very loud. At the end of the night or day, your ears are just ringing for hours because it's so loud.
Do you listen to the radio? Or what's in?
No.
What are you listening to? You have.
I have a team communication.
What are they
because
saying?
They'll tell me when.
Faster.
Yeah.
Go.
They will definitely say that. They'll tell you what position you're in sometimes after pit stops and who you're chasing, who's catching you, or who you're catching. They'll tell you when to pit and get 4 tires or just, I don't know, 2 tires.
I don't even know how you're not, I'm thinking of just dancing, how you spin, how when you're going that fast, how you cannot just, get dizzy,
Well, this weekend, I was at a track, Bristol, and it's a half-mile racetrack, and it's extremely fast. We do the laps in 15 seconds, and it's 500 laps. So I don't know how I don't get dizzy at those types of tracks, but the bigger tracks, you don't even notice it. I think the most amazing thing about racing a car at those speeds is the level of focus. You could shoot me in the foot, and I would have no idea that you even did it because you're so focused on what's coming ahead.
Yeah.
The cars around you and trying to win the race.
Well, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine that feeling and it's hot in there too, right?
I don't know. I heard that you've experienced some pretty high speeds in a car.
Well, I don't know what people are saying.
Yeah.
All right, we come back. Jeff has a big announcement to make, and later we're going to give you a sneak peek of our huge surprise show tomorrow. We'll be right back. We're back with Jeff Gordon, and I know that you have, I don't have that yet. I got to figure out a way to get these sponsors all over my sweater, but when you wear your outfits, you have sponsors everywhere. There's so this is like an example of your outfit right here, and so I thought you had some room, and if you wouldn't mind, what I'd like to do is ask you, because you have a race coming up. I should mention, we're taping this Thursday. This will air Monday. So for you at home, it's Monday, but it's Thursday for us. And I know you have a race this weekend, right?
Yes, I do.
Well.
What are, those cost a lot of money to get on that
You don't have to pay me. There you go.
I tell you what.
What? I'm going to give you one.
I'm going to donate one of my racing uniforms so we can put it on your website or on eBay. Let's raise some money for what's going on, the devastation that's been going on with this hurricane.
Excellent.
And I want you to put that patch on there. You can put it anywhere you want.
All right.
So.
You're donating your outfit for sure.
Absolutely, for sure.
Now, is it just a top or their pants?
No, it's a whole uniform.
Okay.
Yes.
It's an all-in-one suit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all in one. It's all fire resistant. Nomex.
So is this. That's what I wear. I don't take any chances here.
But I got to say, God bless you for what you're doing. I mean, yeah. As you know, I mean, you have the opportunity to reach out there to a lot of people to encourage them to donate and to do things for this devastation that's going on. And I don't think there's any of us out there that don't want to some way contribute and help. And thank you for doing what you're doing.
Well, how has this affected NASCAR specifically?
How is it not affecting everyone? My goodness. I mean, whether you were a part of it or a family member, I mean, it's just our everyday life is changing through things like this of how we look at storms, how we look at just the safety of whether it be how buildings or structures are done and how when this happens, how can we get in there and make that's what I think is the toughest thing is that giving money, all these things, yes, but we need to do something so fast and it's so hard to get in there and save these people and children. And it's just it's unbelievable when I look at the TV and I read the paper, and I know everybody feels the same way, and it's tough.
Well, I know that DuPont is one of your sponsors, right?
Yeah, DuPont has already donated $1 million to, which is my primary sponsor, to various organizations. And that's what I think one of the most amazing things about our sport is we're obviously have so many sponsors, and these sponsors, they are the first ones to jump in when something like this happens. So I know that all my sponsors have plans to contribute whatever we can, whether it be towards the Red Cross or any organization that's going towards a relief fund.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great to hear. All right, up next is the Chevy Rock and Roll 400. Is that your next race, September 10th? Is that right?
We're actually in Fontana this weekend, and then we'll be in the Chevy Rock and Roll 400 next weekend in Richmond.
Okay, well, be careful.
I'll try.
All right, all right.
Thank you
Thanks so much, Jeff. The Dove women join us after this. We'll be right back. All summer long, you've seen our next guests all over billboards and magazines in nothing but their underwear. They're part of a new ad campaign that has everybody talking. Please welcome the very real women of Dove, Stacy, Julie, Chanel, Lindsay, Gina, and Sigrid. First of all, I want to say good for you. That's what I want to start with. Good for you. And good for Dove and good for Unilever. Unilever is Dove's parent company. And we should start off by saying that Unilever has donated $2.6 million in products and then another $1 million in cash. So that's pretty amazing. So thank you very much for that, Unilever and Dove. And you know, I really, Dove does such great campaigns. The one before this with everybody in blonde hair and they pulled off the wigs and threw them up in the air. They always do these really amazing campaigns. So you were probably fans already of such a great company, I would think. But now, and it's all about, because these are not retouched. They said, we're taking your picture. You're not models. They just found you in different places. They just went, like, where did they find you?
Well, I was at work at a tanning bed, and a woman walked in and just asked me to come to an audition. Julie has a really funny story, actually, about how she was.
I was at a local festival in Charlotte, and I noticed two women staring at me, and I said to my mom, is my hair sticking up? Why are they staring at me? They approached me and showed me an ad that was done very similar in the UK, and asked me to audition, and later on in the day, I said to my mom, I don't think I will. I'm not a model. I've never done anything like that before. And she said, you know what? Your chances increase by 50% just if you show up. She was right.
Of being a model?
Just
well, yes.
Going to the audition.
Suddenly someone's taking your picture. Now, and so, but still, you're in your underwear. Would you even think of doing that any other time? Would that be something that you'd?
If it was by myself, absolutely not. But I had 5 amazing girls that cheered me on. We cheered each other on. So it was more of a party as opposed to, oh my gosh, I'm in my tidy whities, I can't do this. But just that all of us come together, embrace each other, and we just felt really good about the campaign, what it represented. So it's like, hey, what we got to lose? Let's go for it.
Right. And so now what is it like to all of a sudden, it's one thing to say, yes, I'll do this, but then to see this on buses and billboards, how does that, because I don't know, first of all, I just want to say it's unbelievable to me that, you know, this is considered not average. This should be the average woman. This is the average woman. You know, there's something really, really wrong that they're going, let's do something really different and photograph women like this instead. It's like, this is what we look like. This is what we really look like. And, you know, everyone's so screwed up because everything is airbrushed and everybody in Hollywood is 110 pounds. And it's just, it's horrible for body image. So it's very important for young girls to see things like this because this is, you know. So now, and who's the teacher? Where's it? Okay, you're at what grade?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Yes. Now, have they seen this yet?
The campaign launched over the summer, so and now I have a new batch of children. So,
batch of children, is that what they're called?
A new class. A new class.
I don't know much about kids, but
so I'm not sure if they've seen it or not, but I hope that they would understand that I'm trying to be, you know, a positive role model, and that I want them to grow up being themselves and, you know, loving themselves for who they are.
Yeah. Well, and it also is basically, this is sort of what a lot of people wear just singing these days, right? I mean, this isn't really, it's a bathing suit basically. I don't think it's that risque. And so now, and what do your family and friends think of this?
They're unbelievably supportive.
Yeah.
We have great support from women, from family, from friends. campaignforrealbeauty.com is a great place where we've been going on, and we've been seeing the support from women and how excited they are about this. And a good story I'd like to bring up real quickly is we had a girl on there who wrote about how she puts our picture up on her mirror for inspiration every morning to remember and to remind herself that it's okay to be beautiful. And she has been battling anorexia a little bit. So she uses us for inspiration, and that's when we all know that this is really actually helping people.
Yeah, I think that if you really do understand how many women out there do have eating disorders because of the wrong kinds of campaigns, of wrong women that represent supposedly all of us, it is important. So it's a great thing that y'all did it. And I don't know if they're planning on shooting a new campaign. I think this is great, but it seems like there would be a nice new underwear to change into. Right?
I like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, you all get bags, and you can photograph it or not. You don't have to. But thank you. Yeah. Well, all right. If you'll cheer me on, I'll do it. All right. Thank you so much for what you do. That's really great that you're doing it. Rihanna performs after this. We'll be right back. Oh man, I'm getting shown up over here. I got to learn some new moves. Okay, now I'm really, really excited for our show tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss it. We've been talking about it, and we've been planning it all summer long. I don't think you'll really guess where our show's going to be. You'll watch tomorrow and find out, but I'll show you a little tiny sneak peek. And I don't want to give a whole lot away, but here, look at this. Okay, so Michelle Caranto from Canyon Country emailed us and wanted tickets to our show. I thought what would be fun to do is to surprise her. Shh, don't give it away. Here we go. Hi, Michelle. Oh my gosh! Hi. How you doing? Hi. How you doing? Hi. Oh my God! What does that mean? I don't know. You don't know. All right. Also, Ray Romano and Alicia Keys are going to be there, but that's all I'm going to tell you. So you're going to have to watch. I want to thank Jeff Gordon for being here, the Dove Women, Rihanna, Roger Dixon, and all of our friends at the American Red Cross. Don't forget to log on to our website. Give all that you can. See you tomorrow. Thanks a whole lot for being back with us. Bye-bye.